Ever stop and wonder why things move the way they do? Why does a ball roll across the floor, or why do you feel a jolt when a car suddenly stops? Motion is all around us, and it's something we experience every single day, whether we're running, riding a bike, or just watching leaves fall from a tree. Like, why does a soccer ball soar when you kick it? Or how a rocket blasts off into space? What's really happening when you toss a frisbee? Or when a skateboarder zooms down a ramp? These questions might seem simple, but the answers are actually pretty fascinating. Well, it's all thanks to one guy, Sir Isaac Newton, and his 3 laws of motion. Back in the 1600s, Newton sat under an apple tree and started thinking about why things fall and move the way they do. His ideas changed science forever, and I promise, they're way less complicated than they sound. Let's break it down. We'll use some fun examples and visuals to make it super easy to understand. Ready? Let's jump into Newton's first law, also known as the law of inertia. This law is all about how things like to keep doing what they're already doing. If something is at rest, it wants to stay at rest. If it's moving, it wants to keep moving in the same direction and at the same speed, unless something makes it change. Imagine a skateboarder just chilling on a ramp. He's not going anywhere until someone gives him a push. That's inertia. The skateboarder stays still until a force, like a friend's push, gets him rolling. Basically, things like to keep doing what they're already doing. A book on a table won't move unless you pick it up. A parked car won't roll away unless you give it a shove. If something's sitting still, it'll stay still unless something or someone moves it. That's why you have to kick a soccer ball to get it rolling. And if it's rolling along, like a ball, it'll keep going until friction or a wall stops it. Friction is like an invisible hand that slows things down. And it's everywhere, on the ground, in the air, even in water. Objects resist changes to their motion. That's inertia in action. It's why it's hard to push a heavy box, and why you feel a tug when a bus suddenly stops. Now, let's move on to Newton's second law. This one's all about how force, mass, and acceleration are connected. The law says, force equals mass times acceleration, or F equals sine ma. Let's say you're pushing a toy car. Easy, right? The lighter the car, the less effort you need to get it moving. But try pushing your dad's truck and, well, good luck. The truck is way heavier, so it needs a lot more force to get moving, even just a little bit. The bigger the mass, the more force you need to get it moving. That's why it's so much easier to push a shopping cart than a car. That's why rockets have those massive engines to launch their heavy frames off the ground. The engines create a huge force to overcome the rocket's mass and send it speeding upward. More mass needs more force for the same acceleration. If you want to make something heavy move fast, you need to push really hard. Pretty cool how that equation fits everything from toy cars to spaceships. Whether you're playing with marbles or watching a rocket launch, Newton's second law is always at work. The harder you throw a ball, the faster it goes. That's acceleration. And if you use the same force on a heavier ball, it won't speed up as much. It's all about the balance between force, mass, and acceleration. Now let's check out Newton's third law. This one's classic. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. It's like the universe's way of keeping things fair. Picture a balloon rocket. When the air rushes out one end, the balloon zooms the other way. The action is the air shooting out, and the reaction is the balloon flying in the opposite direction. Or think about jumping off a boat. The boat scoots back as you leap forward. Your jump pushes the boat in the opposite direction, even if it's just a little bit. That's action and reaction in perfect balance. Every push, pull, or jump creates a response in the opposite direction. It's also how rockets blast into the sky. Hot gases shoot down, rocket goes up. The force of the engines pushes against the ground, and the rocket lifts off in the opposite direction. So, quick recap. Let's see how these 3 laws work together in the real world. 1. Objects keep doing what they're doing unless acted on by a force. That's inertia, and it's why you need to push or pull to get things moving or to stop them. 2. Force equals mass times acceleration. The more massive something is, the more force you need to change its motion. 3. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Push on something and it pushes back. These 3 laws explain everything from a simple kick to a rocket launch. They help us understand sports, cars, airplanes, and even how we walk or jump. Physics is everywhere, and Newton's laws are the keys to unlocking how motion works. Next time you see something move, stop and think. Newton's laws are in action. If you want to dive deeper into the science of motion, drop a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe for more awesome physics. We'll explore more cool experiments and real-life examples in future videos. See you next time. Keep wondering, keep exploring, and remember, science is everywhere.